Hi guys, Troublemaker here, playing Pillars of Eternity, and as you can see from last time, I've actually recruited more people to my party. I would recruit another one, but I am currently a flat broke. I have 44 gold. I need 250 to get another one. So I've added a hunter, and I've added a priest to the mix. Now the priest is a little bit of a bad mix for me, because this person is wearing a two-hander. So the second I can get a ranged weapon, that's what I will do, just because the priest has a function and a purpose in this world. And I have 2 levels I can go up, so I'm going to level up the Troublemaker. Let's see. Survival mechanics. What's mechanics again? Doesn't say. Oh, who cares? I'll put 1 point in lore, 1 point in mechanics, and I have a point in athletics and a point in stealth, just to balance it out. So, what do we have here? Emboldens allies in area effect, bonus fortitude and will, reduces concentration of enemies in the area of effect, and slashing piercing damage in the enemies. Oh, reduces slashing piercing. Okay, that's good. I like that one. And that will be complete for him. And I have to get my elf friend, Eothes, leveled up as well. So we'll put him... I don't know if this is going to do anything. Another point in lore. And we'll get him a point in survival and mechanics. Now, he is one of our main guys. I'm going to grab Ray of Fire. That's what I think it does. Yeah, that seems pretty sick, actually. Oh, I get 2 spells. How interesting. Okay, well, what do we have for tier 1 spells I can steal? Spirit Shield. These are all crappy spells. I'm going to get my tier 2 spells. Mirrored Image. What's that do? Okay, that's useless to me. Miasma of the Dull. Useless, okay. Infused with Vital Essence. What's that do? Just the caster, okay. I want something. Bewildering Spectacle. Oh, perfect. I like that one, actually. And that's a level 3 wizard completed. El Completo. And now we're on our way with our army. And like I said, as soon as I get a crossbow or something of that line, I'm going to give it to my wizard. Or even a wand or something ranged, because I have a lot of melee right now. And with that much melee, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to continue on with the main storyline for now. I will be breaking off into some side quests and side missions and side explorations and that sort of jazz. Let's turn on the fast mode. And that means I have to talk to, I guess, the purple glowing woman. Yeah, that's likely the person I gotta talk to. Who's this? Is that the cells word? Okay, not someone I can actually talk to. And here we are, purple glowing woman. Only select this guy, and yeah, I can actually talk to her. So, let's reach out to the woman. Done this before. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading towards the woman, hanging woman, perceiving all the lies between you and her with new unfamiliar awareness. You shut your eyes, being pulled down deeper, and she opens her eyes.
Here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it.
I need to understand something that happened to me. It's like she's consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no, not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
I think I survived a biowalk. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Okay, so all I left is, what do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay. So I have my next mission to go to Kadnua. Now this guy here is still talkable to Eder. So.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18 depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
It's kind of like how we see midgets. What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Out of the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman?
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a radrick at first.
Possible, I don't jewel half as much. Ah, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Around here, you prefer to turn a blind eye. Do you know what a watcher is?
Let's not use that word round here. There'll be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come to these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're gonna be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Eothes worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Eothes. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Eothes isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Eothes. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Eothes worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Cade Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
Alright, so I now have a full party.
Well, as you wish.
Party of 6, and it looks like we're off to see the Watcher of Oz. Now, in my eye, caught this place here, and it's a door down, so that could be something. Who's this person? A child. Okay, is this anyone here? Just quickly. It's got that thing, soul discovering thing. So I'm going to go down here into the basement of this old temple of Eothes. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I expect to find, but it should be something. And I have a full party, means that battles will be a little bit slower. Please help me here. A man lies resting against the wall by a limb dead. Have a care if you mean to go in. This place is not so empty as I thought. Paying your respects, Ethosian. Van's pangagrin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down here than up here, even with the rats as big as they are. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are. Groans. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of those types, either. Worden jerks his chin toward Erder. Just wants to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it, he regards you warily. Maybe you have better luck. Better luck with what? These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothes. Scattered gods, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Reticaris even. Not so much from Reticaris these days. Until the war, of course. Then you would get some of those stubborn ones, the ones that could get through heads. Now, if I was in Eothes, I'd get apparently a thing. So I'll say, go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Radric decided that he's been too lenient on the Ethosians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword. Left them down here, buried under a heavy heap rocks. After that, Raedric ordered the people to set the temple sealed. It's been years like that. Up until recently, Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. It doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. And, let's see, I'll find them. No questions asked. Go by the flame. Secret chambers. So it's a new quest called Buried Secrets. And there will be lots of things to kill, I'm sure. Oh, is that a wisp? Will-o-wisp, okay. So we'll attack him. So I'm going to keep my priest back. Now, let's get some spells. This is a new spell that I have. That is kind of a snare. So we get him firing on that. Where is the actual... See, I wish it was better... oh, here's a loft. Okay. A loft, and he will cast magic spell.
Yeah?
Bitch, you don't get to work for free. Oh, she is working, actually. Holy Radiance.
Yes.
So she's going to lay on hands. Troublemaker.
Hey.
And this guy is going to do a knockdown right here. How's our magic going? Not so hot.
What is it?
Do we have built up? So this is one per rest, so I shouldn't use all those. Rest being, you know, our camping.
Curse your eyes.
Curses! Okay, so that one's dead. Either some of these have, I mean, look at it, it says per encounter and per rest, so I'm not going to burn through all my per rest. See, this is kind of the little mini problem I have here. Too many melees here. So we have a book here to look at, and it reads, "This parchment is worn and tattered ink. Upon its fade is the time of hardship. Must have just said something."
I'll take care of it.
Okay, and there's absolutely nothing in this room except for those will-o-wisps. Okay, I actually have a number of directions to go in. Ivory spiders. Okay, so I have to kind of split my dudes up a little bit.
Yeah?
I don't know why this person's kind of leading the charge, but she shouldn't.
Hi? Curses.
Get all of them now.
Yes.
Now I get one lay on hands per encounter, so this person here should be pulled back quite a bit. Look how much health she's already taken in damage. Actually, I have to lay on hands that person.
Well.
Oop. You're supposed to be laying on hands. This person? Okay, so now these are knockdowns.
Hi?
Got another one of these. Oh, is he Cassie still? Okay.
Hey.
This guy's not doing so hot either, actually. Is she totally down? She's totally down, I think. All combat endurance is gone.
How may I help? Yes. That's it.
Yes.
How may I help?
Okay, so I have other spells here you can use. It's a cone of fire. God, that does so much damage. Okay, but she's in trouble now because she's pretty low. So the health will go up. It's the endurance that matters, and
Of course.
I mean, as endurance goes down, it will become more and more problematic. Okay, so we're just going to make sure people are sent out where they belong. We're going to keep her in range just to get the aura.
Huh? Sure.
There we go. That's our aura. And that's 1 per encounter as well. Now, a lot of these, they don't seem to say when they get used. But I'm going to keep her back for now, just reserve. Actually, I can probably
Yeah?
have her attack, just not tank.
Got him. Well,
Okay, is that all our spider jubblies did? Looks like that's the case. And what do we have up here? Oh, spirit. Nearby crystal lights the cracked mosaic floor in the shades of orange, and at certain angles, and metallic symbols beneath your feet gleam gold. Who are you? No response. So it's a story. What's this say? Of course, because
yes.
cattle can't read. Is that what I'm going to go for here?
What is it?
I'll take care of it.
Faces the statue as most of his feet struck off along portions of land.
What is it?
Okay, that's weird. I'm going to go back. I want to do pretty much 100% this place. Every single place covered. Okay, so same kind of setup here. Assuming that it's only, you know, these few numbers.
Yeah? Well,
Yes. Well,
yeah? No good.
how may I help?
Okay, and I got a lot of magical spells I can pretty well spam. Cheap ones, and curses. Oh, they get a full on reset. Okay, a big one looks kind of scary.
Huh?
I'm gonna send him on the little one.
Yes.
On the
Yes.
big one. He's gonna stick out for now.
Yes.
No. Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah?
People are acting rather bizarre.
How may I help? Huh? Hey.
He's a second knockdown on him.
Yes.
So that'll be all our knockdowns burned through.
Hey.
Yeah?
Now, her, what can we use her?
Mow it.
Now it's on.
Huh?
It's on like Donkey Kong.
I?
Ixi. Anna.
Well,
Okay,
what is it?
they're all dying relatively easily. It's just a matter of keeping everyone alive. And this room's kind of hazy compared to the other one. And yay, actual loot. Hey, pile of furniture is branded with scorched marks. Okay, so it's just dusty in here, probably from a fire. Sort of a magical room is that? And I already did that part, so I'm gonna go over here. See what sort of adventures wait for me here. Okay, so you have Skulders. So they shouldn't be doing it that way. Each individual person has a specific target
Huh?
and a specific role that we're going to try to do.
Well, how may I help?
Huh? No good. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, now that everything's all set up.
No good.
Wow, they died really fast. Hells yeah. Plus some loot. Loot magloot.
As you wish.
Yeah, this particular setup's working way better than having my healer take all the damage.
Hey.
It's already done up.
Aye?
Nope. Good. Huh? Well.
Now, is there anyone that can lay on hands? No, nobody worthwhile. I can use it one per encounter, so the important thing to remember is like that endurance statistic. Oh, I have a level up. Sweet. And 2 skull barriers. It's been a good day. See, the prayer scrolls are coated in licther dust. More books. Okay, let's level her up real quick. Amy Winehouse. Let's go with investment in mechanics, survival. I have no points left. So the greater lay on hands increases endurance over 5 seconds, as well as the regular heal. Sounds awesome. And that is her level up. Leveling up is getting a lot simpler, I think. I think. Oh, we have some more books, and it looks like maybe a puzzle door over here, some sort. So that's probably our way to the next area. Okay, so we'll send that attack.
Yes.
Yes, you will just rush in.
Yes. Hmm?
Won't you position yourself here?
Yeah.
Get a barb shot.
Yeah.
And you do that, and that should be everybody.
No good.
Yes?
It's only 1 skull there, so I shouldn't be panicking this much. And no loots. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Prepare yourself. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a job.
How may I help?
Yes.
No good.
How may I help?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually at 3 spells cast now. Oops, except for that one that I can do every turn.
Of course.
Which I will do every turn, because I can do it every turn. So that table's been scoured by vermin. So I can't get through this way. Oh, that's that room that I was in before with all the ashes, so I don't really need to go there. Anyway. Oop, that one is trap triggered, son of a beeswax. Letter home. Okay, that suddenly cut my endurance quite low. Alright, for my stuff anyway. Okay, I'm running. You should also be running.
Hey.
I don't want to fight in the door, so I'm not.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of them actually.
What is it? Yeah.
It's this,
No.
Well,
Aye?
Huh? Sure. What is it?
Huh?
yeah. Just is knocked down. Still have a shot or 2 available.
Aye?
This guy isn't my main damage dealer, this wizard, because he can deal so much area of effect damage, and apparently I can edit the grimoire.
what is it?
Oh, apparently I can edit chants. Am I only allowed to have 2? Okay, I guess I can't do it in combat. That would be pointless, obviously.
Yes.
Curse your eyes!
Okay, she has to lay on hands herself. It'd be nice if I could just lay on hands the icons
How may I help?
instead of having to lay on hands her every time. That's actually being casted. So that guy will probably die. Where is this dude at? Yeah, you can't actually get that attack off. Maybe I can get this priest in there for a little bit of extra damage.
Hey.
Yes.
I?
So burn through all those. Let's use this vacuous spell.
I need something sharper.
Oh shoot, someone's flashing red. That would be
Yes.
Boss Hog over here. Okay, so that's scary. Well, you do get a lot of ears out of that. I guess a victory is a victory, and haze, something story, spirit, very boring. And it said something about secrets. I probably should have read that. That was probably important stuff. So I'm going to actually set up camp now, just because my dude is actually very, very close to dying. Can't have that. There's nothing wrong with being too cautious. You know, I saw the word bell. So jeez. Okay. So there's something about these bells. So the bells appear to be fully intact. Okay. Not the right answer. Wrong answer again. Okay, left, middle, right, right. Middle, right, left, left. Right, middle, left, left. Left, right. No, that's not it. Right, middle, left, left. Okay, three combinations. It's not many possible combinations. So left, right, middle, left. And try every single possible one. So I've tried left, right, middle. Tried left, right, middle. Tried left, 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 left. That's not in. I'm going to assume that it's not going to be 4 in a row. So middle, left, right. Oh shoot, I screwed that up. Anyway, middle, right, left, left. Middle, right, left, right. Left, middle, right, right. Left, middle, middle, right. Left, middle, right, left. Left, middle, right, right. Let's try biggest, smallest, middle, right, left, and bring this one second. No. Biggest to smallest again, and then back to biggest. Middle, right, left. Back to the middle. Oh, geez, they're actually the same size. Right, left, middle, left. Middle, left, right, left. Right, middle, something. This is driving me nuts. Okay. It's not gonna help me. Not there at all. Search the temple. Okay, inside the temple you encounter a man named Wharton. Okay, so it just tells me that the bells are in fact a part of it. They don't tell me how the bells actually work, though. That sucks. So, all right, just give me trial and error until I figure this out. Let's see. Just gonna keep clicking random ones. Okay, so let's assume we have to hit every single bell. You have to hit every single bell, and then you have to hit another one. So that's gonna limit the number of possible combinations. Ah! Is that right? Aha! So, right to left, and then left. Okay. That was painstakingly difficult. Puzzle solved through the process of trial and or error. Okay, so we're moving forward into the buried secrets. Some sort of floor tile here of a half sun. Make a sunrise. Okay, so one shadow.
How may I help?
What is it?
Yes.
Huh? No good. Mm-hmm.
Eh? Eh?
I didn't do my puncture shot yet.
What is it?
Try and move these guys so that more people can attack.
As you wish. Well,
Hey. Leave it to me.
Whoa, this guy is not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be all the way over here. That is terrifyingly scary. Okay, you didn't take too much
well,
endurance damage there, it looks like, just a little bit.
I'll take care of it.
So it could have been worse.
How may I help?
Of course.
You know,
Well,
maybe I should try and edit these. So can I add in, like, can I have, yeah, I can actually have 3. I guess that sort of makes sense, so.
I?
What the hell's going on here? Oh. Okay, so that was already completed.
what is
Just gonna assume there's somebody in here.
it?
You're freaking right there was. Who is this person? It's my Chanter, obviously.
Eh?
No.
Hey.
Good. What is it?
What is it?
Huh?
Yes.
Now.
Hey.
Let's get a second knockdown.
Eh?
Second barb shot.
Curse your
Cusses.
eyes.
You can probably jump in here
Yes.
now.
How may I help?
Boom! Shadow no more. Okay. Didn't
Of
take
course.
much endurance damage there.
As you wish.
Now, as I go deep in the room, of course there's a shadow. This is a little more space. I think I'll actually engage this. Is that Amy Winehouse? She can charge in as well.
Yeah?
I'm gonna move her just to the side a bit.
Hmm?
Does he have an ability? Attack deflection. Oh, so he's really tanky actually.
Yeah?
Good positioning, priest.
How may I help?
There's actually 2 of them.
No good.
So, at least 1 defense. Deflection 4, 2. That sucks.
Huh?
What is it?
Curse your eyes!
Curses.
I?
Hmm?
Yes.
Damn, missed!
Okay, how else? Poor little animal.
Well,
Okay, I'm just gonna lay on hands her, because I can use one per encounter anyway. That seems to kill off that dude as well.
Hey.
I still have unused knockdowns. Probably make use of them. Right, and again, nice minimal
Got it.
endurance damage.
As you wish.
So this place is just doors everywhere. Okay, let's go through this door.
Where?
Shadows.
Me too.
Okay, I'm actually gonna pull back. Until I get through the door.
what is it?
Send our tanks out first.
Yeah?
Well,
No good.
Huh?
yes.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, there's three of them. That's slightly even worse.
What is it?
Huh?
Hey.
This guy's stumbling. Good.
I?
Okay, I'll keep this wizard at bay for now.
Yes.
Yes.
'Cause I may have some party tricks for him to do right now.
Hey.
I have a feeling I'll be using a lay on hands.
Yeah?
Hmm? I?
Oh jeez, he's going after my wizard, is he?
Curse your eyes!
Yep, he's going straight for my wizard, and my wizard's actually blocked in. Oh, my wizard is apparently safe now. Oh, these guys kind of bounce around a bit, don't they?
Hey.
Yeah?
Huh?
Oh, poor elk guy.
Huh?
Jesus, this is not a good setup for me.
Well,
Lay on hands on the healer.
Hey.
Supposed healer.
Curse your eye.
hmm?
Poor elk.
I?
Oh wow, that is friendly fire damage. That was a lot of friendly fire damage. Oh god, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to. Wow, I'm actually gonna have to rest again because I just realized that is obviously friendly fire damage. Look, she's almost dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest again. I only get 4 total, so kind of a big deal. I only can do that 2 more times, and then I'm kind of screwed. Okay, so everyone's nice and rested, ready to go. And in this room is another thing for me to read. It's not within our nature to forgive. Those who seek redemption seek a long and winding path, a road which takes... Okay, let me read it, bro. Us down into the very hollows of our soul and ask us to reflect upon our fractured aspects of ourselves. It's very deep. And there's nothing here. Red herrings. How I love you. And I do want to grab every single area possible. So... Speaking of which, back into the hallway we go.
Hey.
You, the ram,
Yeah?
you can cast that spell that you do.
Well,
You can move forward as well.
what is it?
Hey.
No!
What is it?
Huh?
Well, at least I know these spells won't kill my dudes. Not pretty safe casting these ones.
Curse your eyes!
Oh, Amy Winehouse.
Well,
Why are you in many troubles?
Curse your eyes!
yeah?
Hey,
Okay, I haven't used this knockdown once. I will. And that apparently killed him completely. I lost my animal again. Oh, no, he's not dead. He's just knocked down. Herp derp derp.
How may I help?
Okay, do I have any spells that don't hurt people? Okay, so we'll turn someone into freeze damage.
Lava will be on sea.
What is it?
Yeah?
how may I help? Hey.
What is it?
Do I have any... I can do one of these things.
Huh?
They do pretty good damage. God, how much damage he took just from like that one incidental hit. Oh shoot. Oh my god, that is such BS.
Me too.
Use my frost damage guy too. Jerks. He better not be dead. Oh, thank god. I guess his light wasn't blinking, so he'd be dead. Okay, so what do we have in here? A trap! Oh god. From now on, I'm opening everything
Well,
with only my strongest remaining person. So that's you, Amy Winehouse. Now, is there anything else for me to open now? Find stock. That was brutal. That took away so much endurance. So, is that find the stock that I just found? An upgrade for anyone. Let's look at this guy first. Yes, for my main guy, it is in fact a huge upgrade. Now, not actually an upgrade, but it looks cooler. Actually, the Morning Star looks way cooler. Oh, my dog has to go. Shit. Oh well. I'm gonna finish this up later. So stop crying. So yeah, right here I will be saving.